Okay, this is going to be a great session. I'm so excited. Terry, listen, anytime we can get our friends from Epson to join us, you know it's going to be a good time, right?
Absolutely. And this is where we get the in the know information directly from the source in Epson.
Absolutely. So we're kind of excited. Of course, you know, it's one thing for us to be blabbing about the DTG printers, but like you said, going to the source is always powerful. So I'm excited because as you can see on my screen, we've got Timothy Check, who is the product manager at Epson. And of course, our dear friend who we've known for almost, I don't even want to say, because, you know, you two always get mad when I bring up time frames like that, but Mr. Matthew Rhome, Matt Rhome is going to be here, and he's also in DTG business development. So the two of them are going to join us, if I'm not mistaken, right about now. So what I want to know is, where are they? These guys are coming to us from, I don't know where, California, maybe? There they are. What's going on, guys?
Hey, pleasure to be here. Thank you guys very much. Yeah, we're right in the Epson Technology Center, where we have all our cool, fun toys and neat peripherals and all the products to be able to make some kick-ass garments. And we're excited to be on this call. So
yeah, thank you guys for inviting us.
Oh, absolutely thrilled to have you. Wouldn't be a DTG or DTF Academy without you, quite honestly. So let's get to it. Terry, listen, I'm going to let you take the lead here. You've kind of got this first question. You know these guys. Let's see if we can't pin them down to something, you know, really
Absolutely. Absolutely. So first question, what are the main apparel decoration challenges that the F3070 will solve for you? And Tim, let's start with you.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of spots to go with, but the biggest part is, hey, the market's changed. You know, what customers want to start out with today might be, hey, I want one of these awesome shirts. We need 10,000 of these. Wonderful. Screen printing is great for it, but the market's kind of changing where all of a sudden now I only need 50 or 100 of these, but I want different sizes and I want different shapes. And instead of baseball, I want football on there. Where the F3070, shirt color F3070 comes in is it really makes it super flexible for a garment producer or a garment decorator to easily pivot to be able to produce what customers want. Instead of stocking up a whole bunch of warehouses of finished goods, you simply just have your raw materials. And if a customer wants this on a blue shirt instead of a black, it's as simple as printing to order and able to do that very quickly. So you're not tying up a lot of money, a lot of materials. It's always challenged to get some of those shirts sometimes and the quantities needed. So that way you're reducing the amount of waste and be able to get what customers really want quickly, but also in volume. And that's one of the spots where the shirt color F3070 really is kind of been a helpful tool for a lot of our customers, is really upping the production volume that they can do with this system.
Awesome. Well, Matt, and you and I are industry veterans, and Jay, that is the proper term, industry veteran.
veterans. Okay, I better write that down.
But so Matt, what's your take on it? What main apparel decoration challenge is solved by the F3070?
Well, the big challenge is, you know, with a business owner, you're always looking at your bottom line, dollar and cents. So what the 3070 does is it's fast. It's a speed increase. So one operator should be able to print 50 shirts an hour. In a pod concept, you add two 3070s, you can get up to 100 shirts an hour. So it's speed, ease of use, and good ink price. That's what owners want.
Love that.
Exactly.
That's true. We hear that a lot, Matt, about speed and, you know, getting one operator to be able to do full color, full size, white ink on a dark garment and crank out 100 in an hour with two of those. I mean, I don't know, I want to speak for Terry, but I know that comes up quite a bit here at Equipment Zone. So that's an awesome answer. Well, thanks, you guys. I get the next question, so I'm kind of excited about this, but I'm gonna drill down on Matt because, you know, we got to tie down the OG of DTG. But Matt, maybe you could give us more insights on like market. Like, I know that you do a lot with business development, and I know that you visit a lot of shops. Who is that buyer? Who's the typical shop that's looking at this, that thinks, okay, this is going to solve some problems, this is going to take me to the next level? Maybe you could talk to us about that person, that shop, that man or woman that's buying, the typical buyer.
Well, here's the thing, Jay, is, you know, anybody out there that's looking to buy a small automated screen printer should really take a hard look at the 3070. You know, with labor now so tight and so hard to find labor, you know, digital makes a lot of sense now. You know, if you're buying a small automatic machine, you've still got all the other auxiliary things to do with that. You got to make screens, you got to clean the screens. There's a lot to it. With this machine, hey, it's digital. You just put the art in, away you go, you know, press the button. You don't have to train somebody. So this machine makes a lot of sense.
I love that. I like Terry's reaction when you said you don't have to clean screens. I said,
Hey,
Nobody likes
remember,
cleaning.
I'm an old screen printer too, like Terry. So I know how it is.
I thought it was veteran. You said,
Oh, that's right. We're veteran screen
Veterans,
printers.
industry veterans, exactly. So I'm a screen printer out there in the world, and I already have an automatic press. Matt, would you say that's an ideal candidate for this product?
It is, because let's look at how the market has changed. I mean, back in the day, people were getting big giant runs, you know, of the same design. Now it's kind of changed. Everybody wants something customized. They only want to buy one shirt, two shirts. Digital makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm not saying, hey, get rid of your screen printing machine, because everything has its place. It's just another tool in the toolbox to help you basically make money and grow your business.
Well, I will have to tell you that I teach screen printing classes, as most of you know, and in my last class here in Phoenix a couple of months ago, one of the students, and they already have automatic presses, they are ordering this month an F3070 for exactly the reasons you're saying.
Yes.
I love that. Terry, you're not making that up, right? That's
I'm not making that up.
I hear it. Hey, I hear it every day. Every day I hear that same story. So it is true.
I love that. Gives us great positioning. So I want to switch this a little bit, not get too technical, but I'm gonna ask you, Tim, and of course, Matt, jump in anytime. But I know that Epson prides itself on technology and being a leader in inkjet technology. And at the same time, I also know that, you know, each of us kind of has our favorite feature. So I kind of wanted to ask you, Tim, like, what is it technologically that kind of lights your fire when you think about this F3070?
Well, you know, Matt has a comment that he just said earlier that really does sum up everything. To most people, it always comes down to the bottom line. I love the technology. I'm an engineer at heart, and so I love the technology. And so, yes, I probably will get a little more technical than need be. And I know Matt just summarized it, basically just saying, hey, it's fast, it makes you a lot of money, and it's low cost to produce a shirt. That kind of sums it up. But the technology that goes into this printer that really makes it, to me, that one of my favorite features. It's something you don't necessarily see, but it's just even the print head technology that goes in there. It's so much technology. There's these two massive large heads. One's just dedicated for putting down white, that we can put this thing in a very fast print mode, and we get a good flood coat, good opacity that's in there. The cool thing about it is the printer is like self-aware. Not to get like super sci-fi tech, but the print head, every time it shoots a dropout, it knows if there's a problem or not, so that it can do it. Basically, it makes sure that what comes out of the printer is going to have good sellable print quality. So if there was something where you happen to pick up some fibers from the shirt, goes on the print head can basically detect that and be able to compensate for it. So when you get your finished print out, you know, majority of the time, you're not even seeing any type of streaks or any imperfection in there. You can still sell that shirt as if it was one that had no issues whatsoever. That's one that I love. The technology that goes into that is just really, really exciting. The other part to it, though, is I really like how you can go from a really lightweight, like a tri-blend thin t-shirt that feels really soft, to going in and putting in a thicker, really heavyweight t-shirt, even some sweatshirts. You can put on the platen, there's no adjustment needed. The printer basically will measure the height of that all by itself. And then rather than moving a platen up and down, it actually moves the print carriage up and optimizes it. So it's like everything's in focus, and you get really beautiful print quality that you get in there without have to fiddle around with garment height adjustments or anything else in there. If anybody's ever done DTG in the past, getting the right platen height could sometimes be either a big headache because it either gives you errors or you get poor print quality. With this, it's super simple. And again, I think it all boils back to what Matt said earlier, is easy for someone to produce a lot of shirts, and you're reducing your waste, which helps us cut down on cost. Those are probably my two favorite features of this printer. I know
what I'm
I go on a
fixated
big
on
list,
here.
but-
What I'm fixated on here, Tim, is the fact that you said the machine is self-aware. So is Epson in fact Skynet? Because
Well, my first product launch here at Epson when we started doing this stuff was the T series line. So this goes back more than a decade, which was funny because that all ties into the Skynet stuff. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, we value privacy piece to it. The printer really keeps its information, what it's doing, how it's working, to make sure that it's producing, working hard for you.
well, and we joke about it, but every version of the Epson DTG machines it builds on the success of the previous ones, and people are just shocked at how easy the machines are to maintain and that sort of thing. And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that Epson builds these printers from the ground up. Not everybody does, and they're built to last. So what should our audience know about service and support after the sale? Matt, let's start with you.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite subjects, Terry. I love to talk about that. So I hope we have like an hour now to discuss this.
We don't have an hour. Sorry.
All
Sorry,
We're going to be like the Oscars. We're going to start playing the music here in about 15 seconds.
Well, as long as Tim doesn't come and slap me, I guess we'll be okay, right? So anyway, the nice thing about the F3070 is it's really built rock solid. Like you said, Epson makes the print heads. There's only a few people that actually make the entire print head. We make the ink, we make the electronics, so we know what's in the machine. Now, in the unlikely event that something does happen, we have great service and support, and we also put it in writing. Take a look at our statement that we have on the 2100 or the 3070 at the warranty statement. It's really good. And we are so confident in these machines, you can get up to a 5-year extended service agreement on these machines, which covers you completely, and you can go with one where you have different options where if you want to replace your own print head or have a technical service support agent do it, it's really up to you. So to me, that's a big thing, because if your machine is not running, you're not making money. And hey, that's what everybody's in business for, right?
That's
exactly
it.
right.
That's
there is another company that says they'll have a technician to you within a reasonable time. And I always tell customers, a reasonable time for you when you're down might be a little different than somebody else's reasonable time. So, hey, Tim, do you have any comments on what our audience should know about service and support?
I mean, yeah, having a whole system that's designed as a match system up from the beginning to work together to keep that reliability, that consistency is why we believe so strongly in this. And one of the fun things, I don't get too much to it because Matt, you did a really good job keeping that concise. That service and support programs, 5-year coverage you can get up to with this machine. One of the big things that we want to highlight to that too, and not to get everybody focused on price, but we believe so strongly in this. If you actually look at what the cost of those for a 5-year service plan, what that is, that's cheaper than, I shouldn't say cheaper, less expensive. If you see what other people are charging for service coverage, you're like, there's no way that can be 5-year coverage for that price. It's ridiculous. And it's because we know these machines work well. We believe in them confidently, not just believing it. We're putting our money, our mouth where we're talking the talk here and walking that walk, because we can price the service programs and stuff in here because we know these machines will be reliable for customers.
I love those. I love that
something
answer,
to take
guys.
a look at,
Yeah.
and don't quote me, look for yourself, and actually see what it costs. When you add it up, you're like, no, that can't be right. You're missing a zero on there. And that's right. So
it's very true.
Those service calls, by the way, 24 to 48 hours after you call, technician will be on your site at your location.
Come on, even in North Dakota, Terry, come on.
We have many customers in North Dakota who get that exact service.
Listen, and I'm not picking on anybody in any state. It is one of our favorite things to talk about, is the fact that we have this partnership with Epson, and that you and your team and all of that network of service providers to be on a doorstep with parts in 24 to 48 hours if needed. Amazing. It's just amazing. I mean, if that doesn't build confidence, I don't know what would. So anyway, guys, we know you're busy. We're busy. We're in the middle of this. I don't know if you've heard the DTG DTF Training Academy. So we're thrilled that you were able to join us today. Thank you so much for the insights on the SureColor F3070. We wanted to feature that because you know what? We're getting a lot of questions about it. People are literally gearing up for bigger production runs and the speed and the bulk ink. And listen, I don't want to recap. There's too many bullet points to go over. But Terry, anything we say to our friends out in California before we turn them loose?
Well, speaking of California, we will see both of you in Long Beach, California in January for the Impressions Expo. Tim, anything new that we're going to see there?
Hey, there's always, that show is always one of the best shows to come out to see what's happening with DTG or garment decorating, including even other techniques and methods. I can't tell you what's gonna be coming, but I'll put
hey,
it
it's just us. It's just us.
Well, in that case, hey, yeah, come on. We're always excited. We always do expect to show some new things and new advancements. There's always some great things coming on. We do have some cool things in our plans for that show. So we look forward to seeing everybody in person in Long Beach. It's a horrible place to be in January, I'll tell you. Sunny Southern California beach city. It's just it's so miserable.
It's tough.
We hope to see everybody there and stop by, and we'll have it'll be great to meet everybody in person.
Yeah, everybody come on out. We're looking forward to meeting with you.
Excellent. Well, we'll be there as well. Thanks again, Matt. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate you so much. Until we see you in Long Beach, take care, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.